Okay, so I'm here with my good friends Jim and Mary. I have been using the LifeWave X39 patches now for about 2 months, and I was delighted to find that Jim and Mary have been using the patches for 2 years now and have seen some remarkable benefits. So I might ask Mary, over 2 years, what did you notice with the patches?
So when we started out, I was very skeptical about seeing anything happen because that's my nature. But I had seen videos about how people with thinning hair had gotten thicker hair, and I thought, well, if I can get that, then I'll be happy. And from 2 years ago to now, my hair is drastically thickened because it was getting very thin. Plus, I've lost a lot of the gray. Starting in November of 2020, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder, polymyalgia rheumatica.
Wow.
And it causes a lot of pain in the joints and muscles, the shoulders and hips especially. And for quite a while, I was wearing the X39 patch on my left hip because that's where I had most of the pain.
Okay.
And about 2 to 3 months ago, that pain finally subsided, and I'm able to walk fairly normal most of the time now. But then I started getting the pain in my shoulders and my biceps, especially in the morning when I woke up. I could barely lift my arms. I go in to take a shower, and by the time I'm done drying off, my arms just felt like I'd had the most intense workout you could imagine.
Unreal.
And Jim suggested I move the X39, since I don't really need it on my hip, up to my C7 on the back of my neck. And so I started that just about 3 days ago. And it's been amazing, the switch, how I woke up this morning almost pain-free. There's a little bit, but in about 2 minutes after getting up and walking around, it subsides. But I don't have the problem now in the shower with my arm feeling like I'm getting an extreme workout just from showering. So
wow, 3 days with a change of position.
Yeah, it's remarkable. And there's been no other changes that I can attribute it to other than moving the patch up to my C7.
So cool. So we're talking about patch technology. This is a skin patch, a dermal patch from LifeWave. You just peel off the back like a Band-Aid and apply this to your skin, usually in the position of an acupuncture point. And the technology is that your body will heat up a substance that's in the patch. It's 96% plant-based substances, but then those ingredients will beam an infrared signal back into your body, which can have a multitude of effects. I think predominantly for the patches, as I understand it, is upregulation of mitochondrial function. So these are little engines in your cell that actually generate energy, and the infrared signal can help the electron transport system function more efficiently. The mitochondria produce more energy, the cells have more energy, the tissues have more energy, and we experience more energy. So this is the patch technology, and X39 is the flagship patch of LifeWave. And the result can be decreased inflammation, decreased pain, better sleep, which is just fantastic. So that's again the X39 flagship patch from LifeWave.
Yes.
Cool. Thank you. And Jim, what about you? You've got a cool story.
Oh yeah, I got a cool story. So I was a police officer in Pomona, California, and I sustained a back injury. And I blew out the discs L4, L5, and S1. And so in 1985, I had back surgery, and they did a laminectomy. And the surgeon told me that at some point in my life, I would have to undergo another surgery. He said, because this is not a lifetime fix. December of, let's see, we've been on LifeWave for over 2 years. And my chiropractor / doctor up in Idaho, Dr. John Harmon, had called me and was familiar with my issues with my back. And he said, this is something that could really be beneficial. So we looked at the product and we thought, I'm taking a lot of ibuprofen and Aleve, and this is probably something that might be able to help me out. And so there would be mornings that I would wake up and I couldn't get dressed. I would have to have Mary help me get dressed, shower, because I was in so much pain. Well, not being a smart guy, because I was a policeman, and you know, we're pretty macho guys.
Totally.
I would, you know, turn to the, you know, ibuprofen, whatever it would take to get rid of the pain. And Mary suggested, she said, let's try the X39. Within, I would say, less than 2 minutes, I could bend, I could squat, I could get my shoes and socks on.
Unreal.
It was
2
unbelievable.
minutes. 2 minutes from total pain to functional.
Yeah. And I mean, I was in excruciating pain, and so that was the main reason we started with with LifeWave, just because of the possibilities that it could really help. And so at a point, I ended up having, I had fallen because you know, the pain was severe. I was having lots of issues, and I figured I needed to probably go to another surgeon. So I had surgery here in Phoenix with Dr. Eric Rebick, and anyway, so he was able to do a spinal fusion on me. But even to this very day, even after having the surgeries, I still wear my X39 patch every day.
Cool.
And if I have an issue where I need additional help, then we'll go to the IC patch.
Okay.
And it's been really very beneficial.
Okay.
So one of the good points that, because we've been wearing these patches consistently for the last 2.5 years.
Right.
And when I had my back surgery with Dr. Rebick, they did surgery on me at 4:30 in the afternoon. The next morning, I told him I was ready to go home.
Wow.
And he told me, well, you're going to be here for 3 days.
Okay.
He said, your surgery, your injuries were so severe, and what we had to do, he says, you need to stay. And I said, I feel like $1 million.
Wow.
And so they had to get approval from the hospital doctor, and then the physical therapist. And I was on my way home by about 1:30 in the afternoon.
Unbelievable.
And I really contributed to these patches.
Okay.
So we will be lifetime users of these.
Nice.
We just believe in them, and they've shown if they can help me recover from a major surgery in 12 hours.
Yes.
I believe that by using them consistently, that they're doing things to help us with our general overall health every day.
Yeah.
And so we buy a year's worth of patches at a time, and just so that we make sure that we have them. And then we do share them with friends and family. So this has been remarkable as far as I'm concerned.
Cool. So again, you know, every type of patch is the same patch. It's just a sticker like a Band-Aid, and you put it on your skin first thing in the morning, and then 12 hours later you take it off. One-time use, so discard.
Right.
And then you spend 12 hours without the patch, and then you reapply the patch.
Right.
And LifeWave has a diagram for the patch showing various points on the body where the patches can be applied.
Yes.
And those typically correspond to acupuncture sites.
Yes.
So portals of entry of energy into your body.
Yes.
You know, between the fascial planes. So in the case of LifeWave, Mary, you said you had moved it. So LifeWave does say to put it below the belly button.
And that's typically where I would wear it until a few days ago I put it up on my C7.
Okay, so that's when you feel at the top of your spine, the very highest bony process. That's the C7 vertebrae, and you can put the patch right on that. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
And Jim actually wears his on the scar of his first back surgery
Oh,
because he has the pain there, and so
Right
it
there.
helps to, you know, force the T cells in that area
cool.
to come
So
alive.
putting it right on the side of the greatest pain has
Exactly.
given you the greatest
Yep.
benefit.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
both noticed
Okay.
that.
That's a good story.
Yeah. These are wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
Right.
So, I mean, we're big proponents, and I have given them. I have a friend in Boise, Idaho, Brad Rackham, and he had neuropathy, and it would take him an hour to get out of bed and be able to put any weight on his feet. He started using these, and within a couple of days, he would get up in the morning like a normal human being, be able to go in and get his shower, and he's a custom cabinet maker, and he found these to be very valuable.
Cool.
So it helped him immediately. And he also puts them on, he gets migraine.
Oh,
And so he'll put it on one side of the temple or the other, and when he has a severe migraine, he'll put it over one eye,
Unbelievable.
whichever side the migraine is on,
the X39.
the X39,
And migraine relief.
and it's gone.
In about 10, 15 minutes, it's gone.
Yep.
That's an exciting story, thank you. Someone
Yeah.
just asked me about migraines.
Yeah, so my daughter in Nampa, Idaho, we're going up to see her.
Okay.
We're taking her some patches.
Cool.
So she suffers from them terribly.
Oh,
So-
migraines.
Migraines.
Okay, that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I've shipped them north to my parents. An additional thing that I've tried from LifeWave, of course, the X39 patch. There's a complementary patch now, the X49 patch. You know, this product is not FDA approved, it's not FDA tested, but we are free to try complementary therapies
Yes.
as we choose and experience the benefit that we find. And I've had really fantastic results with both of these. Or I feel energetic with both of these, actually more energy with the X49, I believe, than the X39, but understand that they're complementary. And being a little bit price conscious, you can wear them together if you like. You can stack them like a hamburger, understand? So you can put
Yes.
one on, the other one right on top of it, because the body will heat both, and then the infrared just goes through into your body. Or you could potentially alternate patches. So one day the X39, next day the X49, and that overlapping effect should have a lot of the synergy that these two patches can provide. So the package is growing, and that's another potential strategy
Yes.
for the LifeWave patches.
We love them.
Cool.